Hi, Jim. My name is Maggie. I'm from speech therapy, and I just wanted to come in, kind of talk to you about your laryngectomy that is about to happen here in a few weeks, and just answer any questions you might have regarding um, specifically speech concerns that you might have for afterwards. So, firstly, I just kind of wanted to talk to you about what the physical change is going to be um, for this laryngectomy. So, I have this picture illustration here for you to kind of point out different important features, but mainly I just want you to be familiar with the windpipe, which is also known as the trachea, and the food pipe that runs down this way. That's called the esophagus. And as you can see up here at the top of both of them, that's where your larynx sits. And your larynx is what they are going to remove completely. So once that happens, they will bring the top of your windpipe forward, as you can see in this picture. So this will be called a stoma, where there will be a hole in your in your throat area where air will where you'll be able to breathe in and out through your lungs still, it, through this pipe right here. And then your esophagus, your food pipe, will still act as normal as far as swallowing goes, but as you can see that these two are no longer connected anymore. They're completely separated from one another. So I don't know if you do have any questions about the anatomy of that, or how that will change. Okay, so moving forward, you might be wondering how that affects your speech, because speech is, the coordination of your larynx. So since they're removing your larynx completely, that means that they will remove your voice box, the vocal folds, everything like that will be removed. So there will no longer be that vibrating source in order to produce speech. So I don't want that to discourage you, because there are a lot of options for you moving forward, and that is why I'm here. I want to make sure that we find what works best for you moving forward. I understand that communication is an important part of life, and I want to be here with you, walking you through that process as you move forward. So I'm just going to kind of briefly go over all of your options, and then I want you and your family to just kind of think them over, and you can come to me with any questions you might have. So first and foremost, there are the non-speech options, and you will probably be using these options right after surgery anyways, because you will be sore, or the tissue will be kind of swollen right after surgery. So these would be like writing, sign language, text to speech. There are different AAC devices you can use where you would type something in and then the device would speak for you. So those are all of our non-speech options. And then as far as speech goes, we have the artificial larynx, which you may have seen this before, and that is that device that people will sometimes hold up to where their larynx used to be. And what happens with that is the tissue will vibrate in place of where the vocal folds would have vibrated to make those sounds. And for that option, you're still using your tongue, your lips, your teeth, everything like that as normal articulators. So there's that option. Also, some artificial larynx have kind of like a straw that goes in your mouth instead to vibrate that tissue, instead of holding it up to your throat. So there are a lot of different options when it comes to the artificial larynx. And then also there's something called esophageal speech, where the best way to describe that is whenever you hear someone burp the ABCs, or burp while they're talking, or burp speech is the best way to describe it, because what you're using is the top of your esophagus, or the top of your food pipe, to vibrate in order to get that speech out. So that one may be a little trickier to coordinate, but if you're able to get that air down into your esophagus, then we can definitely work on that as being an option as well. And then lastly, there are different prosthetics that you can have implanted afterwards. So they make a puncture between your esophagus and your larynx, and through that you're able to kind of close the stoma or the hole and be able to speak normally. So those are your different options. I know I went over them really quickly, but I just want you to be able to go through in your mind, think about the different options, and I'm here to answer any questions again regarding a decision in the future. But yeah, I just want to make sure that you're educated on those going into surgery, and I'm hoping that everything goes well for you. All right.